Hi, no one's on. I didn't think anybody would join, but I wanted to still get online and share a little bit about what's going on here at Yoga Underground. So, definitely has been a lot in my life that's been growing and changing very rapidly. And whenever I grow and change quickly, there's the inevitable kind of dark night of the soul. Like, did I make the right choice? Did I do the right thing? Am I like full of shit, right? Like, can I really do this? And what I've learned through the coaching program that I'm in, but also just from life, is that when you think like that, when you think that you made the wrong choice and you actually made those decisions from like a grounded, intentional place, that's just your like primitive brain kicking in. And I have learned that those are great indications to just breathe, be present, take a look around, work with what I've got, come into like my favorite part of being who I am. And sometimes having to just do something very grounding. Now, as a yoga teacher, you might think that my answer would be like, do yoga. For me, what's really grounding is like sitting with a friend is incredibly grounding for me. Um, Making a meal, incredibly grounding for me. Petting my dogs and digging in the dirt of my yard, incredibly, incredibly grounding for me. And cleaning is also a very grounding practice for me. So, um, I say that because if you think about what I just said, I talked about gardening and my pets and, you know, cooking a meal and having conversations with friends and making new friends. These are things that happen outside of a yoga studio. Now, listen, you might not be making like big, huge decisions like what I feel like I'm making. But odds are you're going to come into a season probably in the next 3 to 5 years where you do, or that you're undergoing transformation because of loss or because of something being added to your life. And though, as a firm believer in the benefits of yoga, I would love to see you in a studio. I also would love to see you around a fire. I also would love to see you with a notebook. I also would love to see you like serving a community in need. And for us as women to fully enter into the purpose on our lives. And if you woke up this morning, there is a purpose to your name. Like it's not over. Like you're not just supposed to like be here and exist and like go to Target and buy what they are telling you to buy. That's not the point of human life. The point of human life, as far as I can tell, is to be absolutely, authentically yourself per your gifts, enjoying the things that your body like draws you to through your favorite scents, through your favorite sounds. Doesn't mean be a servant or a slave to the senses. It means use them to guide you and to enjoy your life so that you may be a tree that bears good fruit. And trees bear fruit from the seed of what that tree is. Your fruit, your gifts to your family and your friends and your pets and your plants and your projects and your people is based on the seed of who you are. In restorative yoga, in Monday Night Yoga, my mission as your facilitator, as your guide, as your teacher is to help you start to feel into that. But part of the experience of identifying that seed is the branching out, right? Like you start with the seed and the seed grows roots and then it branches out. And that's Yoga Underground. Yoga Underground is the branching out, the connection with other like minded women in order to see the buds, the blossoms, the fruit of who you are. And when you are living true to that, that's where the miracle of life comes in. That's when you start to be at the right place at the right time. And all of a sudden, you're like, not only is my family taken care of, not only am I physically comfortable, not only am I content in life, but also there's miracle happening. Also, there's interactions with people, with places, with ideas, with books, with charming serendipitous events. That's the stuff, right? That's the angels that ministered to Jesus in the desert. That's the way we are all on this network of wisdom. Scripture talks about how at the core of the earth, wisdom is planted. And I love that. The imagery I get from that is like this twinkle light, like network of Christmas lights around the earth, and that you're either on or you're off. And if you're off, no big deal. Smell, listen, look around, sense with your skin. Are you where you want to be? Are the people around you building you up? Are the people around you mocking you or mocking other people and creating like a weird friction within you? Are you planted in the right place? Is the soil that your roots are in nourishing you? That's the yoga of the Psalm 1 tree. And listen, I could go on about this forever and always. It's my favorite topic. And I know my life's work is to be as creative as I possibly can. And that might be writing, and that might be singing, and that might be poems, and that might be whatever comes out of this little noggin here by the grace of God. But it's also being creative with you. It's being creative when I meet you and I hear that your favorite thing is XYZ, and I'm like, this person's favorite thing is ZYX. And then I'm like, you know what would be awesome is if we did this thing together and connected people in a unique way. And then that happens. And guys, this is not new. I used to have regular events in a different meetup group, and people like there was one night I had a sushi night, and there were 12 women there from different parts of the city, people that had never met each other before, some that knew each other really well. And we ate a meal together, and it was awesome. And some of those friendships are continuing to today. And that was 7 years ago. So you're a part of Yoga Underground. If you came from Om, you've paid your $100. That gets you virtual Monday Night Yoga. It gives you anything virtual I ever teach. Okay, so I have a yoga studio. 3 years, 5 years, 8 years down the road, I'll probably have 9 yoga studios. There will be virtual yoga taught by me throughout the week, throughout the year, that will always be in this group. So $100 for unlimited virtual yoga, guys, it's a freaking steal in the yoga industry. So if you just need a regular practice and you have a space in your home that you can stretch and breathe, you all like right out of the gate, you get Monday Night Yoga and the Thursday morning stretch, plus any little ditties that I do in the group. And then we're going to start doing some live in-person events, and I'll be putting the first ones up for July, probably this weekend. Expect a bonfire. I need to burn some stuff. I have this notebook here. That's all of the initial ideas for Om. They've either been done or they're outdated, and I'm going to burn it as a prayer. And actually, I just noticed this. Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. That's actually perfect. The dues are annual. Okay. So the dues, not only do they pay for the Zoom, okay, like there's all sorts of money in this, like just the Zoom and the meetup group alone are about $600 a year. Okay. But then also like rental fees. So the first couple bonfires, at least the first year of bonfires, I'm going to rent a bonfire fire pit by my house. But then as we grow and as we shift and as we experience new things, there will be some cool things that will cost me money. so your dues really help the foundational support of Yoga Underground, take some of that overhead pressure off of the studio, which is really significant. So I don't want you to think that I'm just like trying to make money off of you any way I can. It is a strategic effort, and this is for women only. Okay. And not that I have anything against men. I just don't have the male experience in my being. And even though I teach a solid neutral practice, your partners, your brothers, your fathers, they're always welcome to any of my restorative yoga classes. But this Yoga Underground Supporter Network is for women only. So if you're thinking, oh, I should invite Fred, no, no bueno inviting Fred. It's just women so that we can have a space where we can just enjoy and connect and process the female experience, especially in our society, in order to just feel like ourselves. And again, feeling like yourself means aligned with your values, trusting your yes and your no, feeling the abundance and the creative energy that's coming from the seed of who you are, that's nourished by the roots of where you are, and that you're able to connect through those branches with people who are going to encourage you in your gifts. And listen, that is my number one, like, spiritual gift, is encouraging you in spirit, praying for you. And boy, do I love to pray. And I have unique and creative ways to do that. And we'll be doing those in this group. So love you, mean it. You guys are all on a free trial until I think it's the 9th of July for that first round. As you're joining and you're enjoying your trial, I hope that you take a minute to watch this. I'll probably be sending it to you, reaching out. As this group grows, you might be hearing from my daughters who are helping me with all of this vision. So listen, there are just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things in store. And I appreciate your support. We got this one life, guys. So let's live it. Love you. Goodbye.